Hello. Hi there. Oh, fuck, what's my intro? Hey everyone, it's Lonnie. Today I'm filming a makeup tutorial and I'm just gonna go through my process of what I do, so I hope you enjoy. And I'm gonna follow a more lighter makeup that I've been doing recently for my TikToks for the past month or so, because that's what I've been doing recently. So right now I'm halfway through my skincare. I will make a separate video on that if you guys want. If you guys want more from me in like that skincare makeup department, please do let me know. 1 second. Yeah, after your skincare and then your moisturizer, I think the next layer on top of that before makeup is supposed to be sunscreen. That much. And that'll be layer 1, and then I'll put sunscreen on all over my forehead and my face. Layer 1, and then we'll go ahead with layer 2. And then most sunscreens, of course, are gonna leave a little bit of a subtle white cast on your face like you see here. But it should absorb within a few minutes, and usually I don't even wait for it to absorb. I'll usually just put my makeup on top. Because I'm pretty impatient, especially when it comes to doing makeup just to be in my room or just to be on TikTok. I feel like you don't have to put, I don't put as much emphasis on sunscreen. So after that, so these are what I use for my base of my makeup. This is a tinted hydrator. So like tinted moisturizer, it goes on smooth, it blends in really well, and it's lighter coverage. So anyways, I put like that much on my palm, like a dot or two, not too much. And then most of what I do is with my fingers, just because I don't like to clean my brushes very often, which is not good. But blend that in. I avoid under my eyes because that's where I'm gonna put concealer. Once that's blended out, that's enough. I'll let that sit. Next, I will go in with my concealer typically, and it depends on the day. Some days I'll only put it under my eyes, but if I'm going for a full face, then I'll go under my eyes, towards the end of my eyes, around my nose and smile lines here, and then where my cheek, chin is, like that. And then I also take my finger and take a bit and put it on my eyelid too, so it kind of acts like an eyelid primer. And then I'll blend it out with my finger. I kind of start from the bottom of my face and blend up, with that upwards motion going around the curve and kind of blending up, because I think it lifts your face a little. And then I'm gonna set under my eyes now with like a powder. I recently got loose powder because I've been using just a pressed powder, and I think you're supposed to use both, or either or, up to you. But I've been liking to use both, so we're gonna use both. So I'm gonna take basically a loose powder, like there's all sorts. I have this e.l.f. loose powder, HD powder, and it has powder on the inside. And I'm gonna take a dry beauty blender. Hold on, let me try to get some of the powder out. That's a lot. And then I'm gonna press under my eyes. I'm just gonna let it sit there for a sec, just to set the concealer underneath so it doesn't crease as much. I'm gonna get a fluffy brush of some sort, like this. After letting it sit for a second, I'm gonna brush it off immediately, like right away. And then I'm gonna go on top of that really quickly, grab a pressed powder. This part's optional, I'm pretty sure, but it's more of a more pressed down powder, and you don't brush it off, you just leave it on your face. It's so thick. It fills in your pores basically and gives you a more seamless look and sets your face. So I'm gonna put it in there. Again, go under my eyes. Look at the difference that makes, do you see? And this is that. And that's my base. Okay. So I don't know if the way I do it, the order I do my makeup is weird, but then I go in and I fill in my eyebrows with an eyebrow pomade, a mix of eyebrow pomade and eyeshadow. Because mine is kind of dried up, so eyeshadow kind of helps it along. I don't know. That's just what I do. I'm cheap. I need to buy a new one. While I'm here, I'm just gonna start on my nose contour. I've been trying to do a more subtle nose contour, so I just put bronzer down my nose like this, and then I'll put 2 dots of concealer and blend it. You'll see. Okay, so I have this eyebrow pomade, and then I also use my eyeshadow palette with browns and blacks in it. I'm just gonna dip it into the eyebrow pomade pot and build some product on here, and then also dip it into a, I like to dip it between the dark brown and black section here, like very lightly tap on it. I like to start underneath and kind of fill it in gently, and I like to outline the bottom first just to get a good sense of where my eyebrow is. See, like that, I start out with a line and then I'll kind of just sometimes outline the top like this, and then I just fill in the center with like light, airy strokes like this. Hi, it's voiceover Lonnie, and look at the way I'm talking. Just ignore it. I would talk too much. I'm skipping it. I put too much product here, so I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger. I don't think I own a spoolie. I really should get what do I do? Oh, I will use, no, sometimes, depends on my mood, I'll clean them up with concealer underneath, but I've been trying this new thing that I'm sure it's been done before, but I thought about it and was like, that makes sense. I'll just take like a super light white, pale eyeshadow and I'll clean it up like that. And I would imagine it works the same as concealer. I usually blend out with my finger. Just either tap it in or like blend it around. And to me, it looks like it works the same as concealer. And it's a lot less effort for me than to use concealer, because especially with a high coverage concealer, it gets really thick and hard to blend out for me sometimes, so. After that, I will usually do my eyeshadow. So I like to use this palette. It's the Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder palette. I usually use that palette and this palette the most, which is like a palette I got from AliExpress, which has like the little glimmers and stuff. Oh, while I'm doing this, I also like to highlight my inner corners. So I will just go in on the highlight side, grab some on my brush. I used to do really intense eye highlight when everyone was doing the Wet n Wild, or doing the NYX like white. You know what I'm talking about. That used to be one of my things, and I got bullied so hard for it online that I kind of stopped doing it. And now I'm more into subtle makeup anyways, so I don't know how much of that affected my makeup process, but honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at how I do it now. You kind of just press on the corners. And then I'm gonna go in with a eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna start my eyeshadow. I do it really quick. I don't have really process down to it, but I'll show you my palettes here, and then I'll usually just grab a red shade and a more neutral shade right away and start packing on product. I really do not pay that much attention to eyeshadow. Then I go back in with red and orange, put it in heavier, pack it on heavier towards the end, blend it out like so, blend it out with my finger. Again, not the most scientific or effective way. And I try to blend my eyeshadow more outwards than upwards, because I heard some lady on TikTok say if your eyes are more almond shapes, if you happen to be Asian with more almond shaped eyes, it's better to emphasize your eye shape by blending your eyeshadow outwards more than up here to fill your lid space. So I like to blend, I don't like to go higher than this, like my crease point here. That looks good. Now is the fun part. I will take the same eyebrow brush that I used to fill in my eyebrows. How do I show you this? I'll dip it into the brown shade here, and then I'll make a shadow under my eye. There's this very specific way I do this. Basically, where your eye is curving and it's about to curve back up like this, you just not extend your eye, but like you create an emphasis line. And you make a straight line here with a brown shadow. Kind of like, oh, I messed it up. Kind of like this though. And you see in a lot of Asian makeup tutorials, kind of like that. I like to do that lately. I'm showing you the lighter makeup I will do these days. So these are both sides done. They're a little uneven, but I think it's fine. I don't think anyone cares that much. Let's do my eyeliner next. I've been liking a more like downward, natural, thin eyeliner lately, which is, you know, so I just follow the line where my eye is starting to go down here, like my double eyelid. And just draw a line that's straight out. I'll show you. And then I go in with a thinner hand towards the tail end so it could be thin and sharp. Then I like to use felt tip eyeliners just because they're really affordable and kind of straightforward. So I was using the NYX Epic ink liner before this, but the cap sprung off itself and dried out while I was gone. So I bought this replacement Wet n Wild one, and it's been treating me pretty well. Breakup proof. Also the Kaja one is really good. Those are my go-tos right now. Then I'll repeat it on the other side. And it's a little bit hard because I always run into my double eyelid on my left eye because I feel like the crease goes down lower and my eyes are a little uneven. Because this side there's an open space. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you have double eyelids, you probably know what I'm talking about. Then I will draw in my inner corner by following my bottom line here and kind of just drawing it up. It's hard to explain. I'm just gonna fill in my inner corner now. Just like tracing along the bottom corner and then making a triangle that goes down. Usually I like to do a super subtle one for makeup looks like this. Oh, I messed up. I messed up a little. That's fine, I'm just gonna leave it. I messed up a little, but I think I redeemed myself a little bit and I don't care that much. So there's our eyeliner. And then I think we will just do like the blush, highlight, bronzer on the sides of our face and we're almost done. Let's do my nose contour now. So once you have your bronzer set down on your nose like this, take your concealer, open it up. I saw this hack on TikTok for a more subtle nose contour. And then take one of your eyebrow brushes that don't have anything on it or is like not dark product. Dip it into your concealer tube, just a tad, just enough for a dot or two. And then put one on the tip of your nose and then on the bridge. 2 dots. Like that. And then blend down the bridge. And you're supposed to let your concealer sit for a while before you blend it all the way out. But last time I let it sit for a while and then the line would not blend out. I had a hard concealer line stuck on my face that I had to scrape off and start over or fix it. So I like to start blending it right away. Just at the tip of your nose where your highlight's gonna go, because you are gonna stack it, and then blend out your bridge. Blend out the sides really gentle. And it like almost acts as a liquid highlight to highlight your face. Assuming your concealer is a shade or two lighter than you. Just like that. See what it's done to my nose? Like a more natural. And that's my nose contour so far. Go in with your highlighter and put it in the same areas that you put your concealer, essentially. I'm gonna dip some highlights, put some on the tip, put some on my bridge. Okay. Ta-da! And then also, I like to also go back and do a traditional nose contour anyway. Sometimes I'll just add some highlight lines with some brown eyeshadow here. And I'll blend it out just to give myself more definition. Light brown to contour my nose. But I don't do it as like meticulous as I would if I didn't already do this. See how I'll just press a couple lines down here? And then I blend it out with my finger so it's super subtle. Do some at the bottom, do a little line here. Blend it out with your finger. We have Hoola Benefit bronzer. Okay, so for now, just go carve out under my cheekbones on both sides. And some people like to bronze up here. I don't usually do this, but I'll do it for the video. You bronze around your forehead, like here and here. And then also people like bronze out their jawline, so I guess I can do that. I usually don't though. I usually just do my cheekbones if I'm in a rush. So I like this Milani blush just because it was cheap and it's really good. It's lasted me so long so far. Put brush, take a blush brush. I used to like put my blush up here to try to bring my face up or whatever, but I've liked highlighting my little cheeks now lately. I think it's really cute. So I'll bring my blush down here and then go blend it along my cheekbones. Put some on my cheeks. I wonder if it's weird because it's your own spit, but I'm not gonna think about it too much. I like to blend it out with my fingers. Let's do highlight. Let's do highlight.
I cannot sit for the stream.
Okay. Oh, it's a Wet n Wild highlight. These are basically the same brand, so I'm assuming they use similar highlights. This is a 2-in-1 highlighter and highlighter blush, so maybe I should have put that on my cheeks. I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's too late. I'm gonna go in with my blush brush and put some of the blush highlighter on my cheeks here too. Which is basically doing the highlighting for me, no? And then I use the side of my blush brush and pack on a lot of highlighter and on my cheekbones. I like to do that. I think it's cool. The last thing is basically lashes and freckles. I like to put my freckles on, set my face, and then put on lashes and I'm done, besides lipstick. So let's do my fake freckles. So I use this $4 freckle pen from Amazon. Han Dian freckle pen. It's lasted me a while, but now I think it's kind of dried up. So what I'll do is I'll use the pen tip still and I'll dip it into this light brown shade here. I have like 1 or 2 freckles on my face naturally. So I like to go in with the pen and highlight it and then I add a bunch more. Just because I did not get that in my gene pool. But my mom has freckles, I kind of just smudge it out. Just so they're not as heavy and like fake looking. Smudge. I'm gonna try to wrap this up fast so I don't bore you guys. is doing a couple well-placed freckles down your nose, so it looks like it's contouring it naturally. And I think that's really cool. I think I learned that from a TikTok. Anyway, now I'm going to set my face and do lashes. So now I'm going to set my face with this Milani Make It Last Original Spray. Let's let that dry for a sec. While it's drying, I'm going to go in with my lip. I think this is a lip oil from Profusion. I really love this shade. This is called Watermelon. And then I like to stack it with I Do Care Vitamin C Lip Oil. This is like Kaja Beauty lip gloss. I've been obsessed with this. This makes my lips so like shiny looking. And that's how I do my lips. It's pretty simple. Hush you. Look away. So I'm gonna grab my eyelash curler now and I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. This Kaja Beauty. This really works pretty well for short eyelash. I have super short straight Asian eyelashes. But the primer is magical. Like I usually only use the primer step 1 and the volumizing step 2 because I feel like anything more might weigh down my eyelashes, but this primer actually holds up my little baby lashes. I'm gonna go in with their step 2 volumizer and then I'll just apply the lash after. See how they're sticking out? Hold on, let me try to show you. I don't know if you can see it. Now that I'm looking at my makeup up close, I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, but it's okay. Okay. Do you see them? Let's just pretend you see them. Lashes. I'm going to be applying half lashes to the half end of my eye to give it a like a lifted cat eye type look. You know, it's the end of an eyelash. You know what that looks like. That. There's a half lash there. And then I will go underneath with black eyeshadow and try to line underneath the line, like kind of tight line your top lashes. Black eyeshadow. I'll go and clean up underneath, kind of to blend them together. Okay, and this is the final makeup look. So here it is. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will see you in the next one.